Welcome to this time to focus on balance. We're actually going to be practicing with a focus on equanimity today. So even in the Yoga Sutras, we learn that it's an obstacle to our peace if we are either clinging or pushing away. So we want to find that middle ground where we can stay calm and balanced, and we'll hopefully feel that within our being throughout our practice today. So there will be a focus on balance and equanimity. But we'll take about 5 minutes to settle in. So bring yourselves into a posture that helps you to feel stability, a sense of coming home, and so one of the best practices we can use during this time of challenge is to breathe in and out through the nose using our natural air filter. And try to do this without any kind of straining. Let it be unlabored. Maybe we just watch it, witness it. As we do, we might notice the breath slowing down. The belly is soft and relaxed. Coming into 3-part breath, if we haven't already. So 3-part breath, we inhale through the nose and feel the belly inflate. The rib cage moves next, and then we fill up all the way to the collarbone. As we exhale, we empty from top to bottom, feeling the chest fall, the ribs collapse, and belly deflates. And if this is the one thing we take from our practice, learning to breathe in a way that keeps us in healing mode, this is enough. We can stay with 3-part breath, or we've been practicing equal ratio breath, which balances our energy, helping us to feel strong yet calm. And to practice, we breathe in for 4 to 8 seconds. Pausing at the top. And then exhaling for 4 to 8 seconds. Pausing at the bottom. give attention to your breath through several more cycles of 3-part breath, or practicing and achieving balance through equal ratio breath. Inhaling 4 to 8 seconds. Pausing, holding the breath at the top. And then exhaling for that same length of time. Pausing at the bottom. Staying relaxed. As we focus on our own breath. And words of wisdom from the Dalai Lama. Practice equanimity. When you practice equanimity, you can deal with situations with calm and reason while maintaining your own inner peace. Practice equanimity. And this equal breath can help us to feel that balance. It's a tool we have with us at all times. Two more breath cycles. From here, take a moment to take a breath in and stretch out nice and long. Opening up the body, stretching as if you're waking up from a long winter's nap. And then we'll draw our knees into our chest and move through a flow we call butterfly cocoon, where we inhale and send fingers and toes out, expanding, emerging. As we exhale, hug everything back into compact, tiny cocoon. Inhale, extend out through your fingers and toes. Then exhale, draw in. And this movement can be as small or as big as you see fit right now. Tuning in, emerging as we spread our wings. Sensing the transformation that occurs through challenging times. We move from the darkness of the cocoon into expanding into the light. One more time, inhaling, we extend out, and exhaling. exhaling, knees to chest. Taking this side to side. Just rocking from elbow to elbow to send a little love to our backside. Feeling the landscape of our back, all the bumps and ridges. And sense nourishment here. How we can really give ourselves nourishment through self-care. We'll pause at center, placing our hands on our knees, and begin to steer the knees in opposite directions, single knee circles. Relaxing and softening around the hip joint. Steering with our hands. So we want to stay nice and soft through the hips, sensing a warming, waking up in there. As the knees come together, let's reverse. And as our knees meet at center, let's rock our hips, tuck the hands underneath the hips. Inhale, pressing our feet to the sky. As we exhale, we begin to lower. We're just going to Ferris wheel our feet around, as if we were pedaling a bike with both feet at the same time. Increasing our connection to our core. So this is where we're going to find our power to work through challenging times. Connect to your center. Create the stability that comes from our deep core muscles. At the top, let's reverse it. We'll draw knees to chest, press our feet straight out and away, and then up to the sky. Staying connected to our breath, enjoying the ride as we Ferris wheel around. And then we'll eventually set our feet mindfully on the mat, hip distance apart, arms extend out to a T. We'll take a breath in, and as we exhale, slowly lower knees to the right with the option to gaze left. Inhaling the knees and chin through center, we can exhale, knees left, maybe gazing right. So we'll tune in to the feeling of wringing out our worries, wringing out tension in our back. And let's go one more time over to the right. And we're taking our time and enjoying this release of tension. Allowing our lower body to relax over. And we'll make our way to center. Roll on over to either side and press our way up. Making our way to all fours. So spreading the fingers out, let's open the hands and just begin to circle. Circle on your mat, following the guidance of your pelvis. Smooth circles. If we close our eyes, we might find a more inward focus. Connecting to the sensation. Making it just right. As we come forward or back, change your direction. As we exhale, let's sink it back into child's pose. Letting everything settle. So you might sense just letting all the debris settle. Are we able to let go? This is where we practice releasing. Releasing all the tension that we unnecessarily hold on to. As we inhale, we'll wave forward, back as long and strong, kneeling plank. Shifting a little more forward, and then practicing our descent, landing gently. Zip up the legs as you inhale into cobra, and exhale, release this down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, energy back through the toes, shoulders are down and back. And we exhale, elbows point straight back, breathing in and exhaling down. So we kind of feel like a grasshopper here. Really come into cobra without lifting away from the floor, using back strength, pointing the toes, pressing the tops of our feet into the mat. As we inhale, we'll press up as one unit. And let's exhale into downward facing dog. So we tuck our toes, float our hips up. Taking a moment here to really press down and forward into the hands. Press down and back through the feet. And find balance. Balance between front and back, right and left. Can we create that by plugging, pressing into the earth? Let the head be free. We'll take one more breath here. And exhale back down to all fours. Preparing for spinal balance. We'll just start sending our right foot back and then exhaling the knee back under the hip. Inhale the left foot back as if someone was pulling your leg, and then we drop the knee right under the hip. It is an option to extend your opposite arm and flow side to side. Establishing this sense of equanimity. So really pressing down into the hand and foot that are connected to the earth and stretching away opposing directions from our belly button as we extend out. Making sure that we're marrying our movement to our breath. Let's send our right foot back one more time. And our left foot back one more time. Coming to all fours. As we inhale, we'll circle sweep up to kneeling mountain, rising above the drama. Exhale and take a bow. Inhale, rise above. Inhaling, moving towards the light, keeping our focus on all that is true. Inhale up. And one more time, we'll take a deep breath in, circle sweep up. Rising above the challenges, we meet in child's pose. And again, practice letting go. Can we become
become an expert at letting go of all that is unresolved, all that is beyond our control. Finding peace, one more breath.
As we inhale, we'll shift forward into kneeling plank, and as we exhale, downward facing dog. Again, balancing out the weight. So pressing into all four paws evenly. Feeling our hips lift, our head drop, and the body opens. We sense our stability here, our groundedness. And then we can travel to the top of the mat, walking, lunging, jumping if that's your thing. We'll bend the knees and soften into a ragdoll fold. The head is heavy, like a ripe piece of fruit. And let's breathe in through monkey. So pressing into shins, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breath. And then we'll inhale, circle sweeping to the sky. Drawing the hands to the heart, coming into mountain pose. So really plugging thumbs into the heart, drawing on that heart energy to guide us through, helping us to navigate the wisdom of the heart, our own inner knowing. As we inhale, we'll fly up, using our arms like giant wings. Let's fly down. Inhale up. And exhale, fly down to earth. Pressing into our feet to rise above, to be a light. Let's pause at the top, shine out, be a lighthouse to the world in these challenging times. And then we'll release to mountain. And we're going to practice a standing spinal balance. So this is where we get to practice being a little off balance, which we might notice in our daily lives with things changing so much. So we'll step our right foot out and come onto your left big toe. The right arm extends out opposite the left foot, and the left arm's for balance. Just send it out to help you balance. We're going to inhale, balancing on our right foot. As we exhale, you can bring your hand or your elbow towards your right knee. Yes, gaze down for more groundedness. Inhale and exhale. The hand comes towards or to the knee. It's a process, so not important to touch. Yeah, and laugh and smile, because a lot of times we have to fall out of balance to come into balance. One more. Right elbow or hand towards left knee. Let's circle sweep up. Interlace fingers, turn palms to the sky, press down and press up. Lifting up, out of the hips. As we exhale, let's come into chair pose. We'll do this a couple times before we go to the other side. Inhale, press up. You might want a gentle back bend at the top. Exhaling, palms together in chair pose. Big breath in. Enjoy opening the armpits. Exhaling, hands to the heart. So a great remedy for depression, opening the armpits. Exhaling. And we'll meet in mountain pose. Left foot stepping out. So be willing to have a little fun with this. Our right foot steps out, left hand opposite. Right arm is there to help us balance. Breathe in, balancing on the left foot. As you exhale, left hand to right knee or elbow. Breathe in. Choose how to navigate while staying calm, staying centered. Maintaining our breath. And let's just do one more. Left hand or elbow towards the knee. And we release back into mountain pose. Looping our shoulders around. So work so that you feel warming inside of the shoulders. And we'll take this movement just a little bit bigger. Turning our thumbs forward. Inhaling the right hand up. Turning the palm out. Reaching back behind and coming down. So 2 more times. Right arm circling as if you were painting the inside of a giant barrel. And we'll release. Then the left hand. We turn the palm out, reach back behind us, and come on down. Feeling the inside of our left shoulder. Noticing if there's a difference side to side. As we come to mountain pose, we're going to balance this out. This is really great for balancing left-right brain. Right hand forward, left hand back. Okay, we're going to take it slowly. We're making circles in opposite directions. Meet at the top, the palms face. Continue circling. 2 more times. Right hand forward, left hand back. It took me several times to learn this, so if your arms are just floating through space and they're not quite circling, be patient with the process. We're going to meet at the bottom, sending left hand forward, right hand back. Opposite circles. And we'll meet at the bottom. Pausing, feeling balanced. So sense the weight in the feet. Press into the feet evenly and have a sense of uplift through your being. Nice full deep breath. As we inhale, we'll circle sweep overhead and interlace the fingers, pointing the index fingers up. This is Kundalini Sherpa Kriya. So you can bend your knees, you can move your spine in any of the directions. It can move. This is a great way to release tension, to free up blocked energy. Stagnant energy. Make sure that you're circling in both directions. Maybe a little cat-cow movement. Having a little freedom to explore. And then we'll draw the hands right back home to the heart. Let's take 3 breaths here. In and out through the nose, training ourselves to breathe in and out through the nose. Releasing hands to hips, stepping our left foot back. So we're coming to the long edge of the mat. Okay, and we're going to move through sunflower movement, inhaling as we rise up. As we exhale, we hinge at the hip, keep neutral spine, and sweep the arms. Breathing in, expanding out. Exhaling as we sweep. Arms can really just flow in any way that feels natural. So we want to begin to feel less and less mechanical in our practice as we grow in our experience. We'll inhale to the top. And as we exhale, bring the arms parallel to the floor. Maybe turn the toes out a little more. We're coming into sun pose. Perfectly balanced in our feet. Head and chest lift. We lift the pelvic floor for stability. You might want to lift and soften your toes. And sense your strength. Sense the balance here in sun pose. Inhale, rise up. As we exhale, hands to hips, and we're turning all 10 toes forward. We're finding warrior one stance. So our back foot is angled out. We want to feel grounded in our lower body, really strong. And then as we inhale, we're just going to send our fingers up. Trace the sky. As you exhale, cover your thumbs and draw the elbows in. That's a mudra for taking back your power. So we inhale up. The seal of full control. Taking responsibility for our choices. Taking responsibility for being part of global healing on many levels. Two more. And we'll inhale up. As we exhale, we're going to swan dive down, bringing both of our hands to the left of our right foot. Back toes turn forward. And with your feet set, begin to lift and lower your hips, so that you have a sense of where your hips are in space. We might inhale, let the hips drop down. Exhale, round up through your back. So making sure that our right knee is over the right ankle and settling somewhere for about 3 to 5 breaths. You could drop the back knee, but our spine stays long. You guys look good. Crown of the head reaching forward. If we press into the ball of the back foot, you might be able to really feel long. We'll take one more breath in. And as we exhale, lower the left knee if it's not already on the mat. Walk up your right thigh. And we're going to get set for a kneeling twisting lunge. Okay, I like to use this mudra where we turn left palm up, right palm down. And it's kind of like the champion hold. So be a champion through this, right? That's what we're all trying to do. And we are. We're all champions. Let's set our left elbow on our right thigh. There you go. Perfect. Yep, it should feel better.
Yes.
So really connect by pressing your palms together, pressing the left elbow into the right thigh, and wringing out any discord. Wringing out and discerning what is real from what is unreal. One more deep breath. Releasing our hands down. And yogi's choice, back to child's pose or down dog. So depending on what it is that we need today, do we need to be more active? Or do we need to be more quiet and reflective? In either place, we're connecting to our breath and coming home to ourselves. Right here, right now. There's no need to be anywhere else. And we'll rise up to meet and down dog if we are in child's pose. And take a little journey to the top of the mat. You can take one big step or a lot of little steps. Finding a forward fold. This beautiful place of letting go. All tension runs off of our back. You might even imagine a trap door at the crown of the head. Opening it up, allowing all the stories, all of the drama, the untruths that come about in times of chaos. Let it all run out. And then as we inhale, we find our spine long, our hamstrings softening in monkey pose. Nice stretch to our backside. Inhaling as we circle sweep to the sky. And release into mountain pose. And even in mountain pose, finding balance and stability. Let's notice how we're supporting ourselves. Is our base stable? Are we pressing the four corners of our feet into the earth? Plugging into earth energy. The strength of our legs, the stability that comes with a neutral pelvis, and this sense of uplift through our spine. Connecting between earth and sky. We'll take one more breath here. And then bringing hands to hips. We'll step our right foot back and find that warrior one stance. Bending into our left knee. So we give ourselves the work that we need, building strength and resiliency during challenging times. Flowing the hands, we're inhaling up, fingers trace the sky. As we exhale, the seal of full control. Knowing that the only thing we are responsible for is our own actions. Two more. Full breaths. Inhaling to the sky. As we exhale, we're swan diving down and to the right. Turning our back toes forward. Lifting and lowering our hips. So we're kind of flowing this
pyramid, just feeling our hips shift up and back, and then down and forward as we come into lunge. And instead of being too low or too high, we're going to find where there's balance, where we're in a straight line from heel to crown. We're breathing in and out, and we know it's an option to bring our right knee down if we'd like more support. Extending out through the crown of the head, making sure head is in line with the spine so we're not straining. We'll use our next out breath to lower our right knee to the mat if it's not already. And walking up to our left thigh this time. Head and heart lift, shoulders are relaxed. We'll turn our left palm up and our right palm down. Right palm up, left palm down. Champion hold. And we sense our strength as we place our right elbow on our left thigh. And we're pressing our hands together so that our right elbow is pressing into left thigh. We lift out of our right shoulder so we're not sinking down into the right shoulder joint. Good. Keep your gaze somewhere it's comfortable. And breathe. Notice what you're feeling right here. Hands release. Our left foot comes back to meet our right. And we're coming down into child's pose with prayer hands overhead. If we'd like, we can bend our elbows, bringing prayer hands towards our back. And that'll stretch the triceps. If you press into the elbows, you can find a little more sensation there. Sense the letting go. The letting go of all that we cannot control. Remembering that we're all part of a divine plan, and we are always divinely guided. Take a moment to sense that. And then with an in-breath, we shift forward into kneeling plank. And with our exhale, toes tuck, hips lift into downward facing dog. Inhaling, right foot to the sky. And really pressing into both hands and our left foot. We're going to have an option to balance here. Let's come up onto our left finger pads. Maybe see if we can hover our left hand off the mat. Kind of a spinal balance from down dog. Not being afraid. We'll release this. Shift forward into plank or kneeling plank. And we're going to stay 3 to 5 breaths. Strong, stable, peaceful as we work. And countering all challenges with a calm resolve. And we lift our hips back into down dog. Left foot skyward. We can stay here or play with bringing the right fingertips to the mat. Maybe even hovering the right hand off the mat. It's a pretty big challenge. And then all hands and feet back to earth. Take a deep breath. Begin to bend your knees and slowly walk your hands to your feet. Taking our time, noticing what we feel on the way. And then dropping into forward fold, maybe deepening our fold by hugging our thighs or bringing chin to the chest. Holding opposite elbow. Lots of options to enjoy forward fold. And let's bring hands to shins. Lengthen the spine out into monkey. Keep the spine long as you rise up to standing. So we'll do a balancing posture before we come back down. Let's step our right foot out and turn our left knee out. Finding stability. So our gazing point, our focused awareness helps us to concentrate on what we're doing, to know what needs to be done to stay upright. So many ways our practice transfers into our life, right? We can stay here. If there's a lot of sway, a lot of wind, then we might need to keep that foot on the earth. The other option is to lift it to right calf, right inner thigh, or to even come into any variation. Okay, but express. Express yourself. Heart and spirit come into our practice. We'll leave the mind out of it. Slowly making our way out. Transferring weight to left foot, bringing our right heel in. So using these adductor muscles, we're drawing our right knee back. Your right knee might want to fall forward. Practice opening. We lift up nice and tall. Find a focal point. And call on the qualities of a tree. Strength, stability, perseverance to keep moving towards the light. Any variation of tree. Remembering trees are always breathing. Keep breathing. And a release. Taking fists to our lower back. And take your feet wide. Draw the elbows towards each other. You might roll a little bit. Oh yeah, that feels good. Kind of a sexy shoulder movement. And then elbows towards each other. And we stand in our power. Heart open,
meeting the world compassionately, lovingly, open to whatever arises. Interlace hands behind the back. We can just interlace and press our knuckles down, or we might choose to lift away from the body, opening the heart even more. Never miss an opportunity to open the heart. So necessary right now for ourselves, for others, for the planet. We'll release this. Slide our hands down our legs, softening the knees, coming all the way down to the mat, all fours. Let's move through a little cat-cow. So we're opening our hands. We breathe in and drop the belly. As we exhale, we round the spine. Reminding ourselves that we feel equanimity only when we accept things as they are. Zero resistance to what is already happening. Helps us to move away from suffering and into compassionate right action. Break up any blockages along this information highway of the spine. One more breath in and out. We'll release to neutral. From here, let's walk our hands to the right and bring our left knee to the top of the mat. So we're going to come into a hip opening stretch called frog. Our knees walk out away from each other. Remember, you can turn the edges of your mat in to pad your knees. So sometimes we feel a little sensitivity in our knees. Yeah, roll the edges of your mat in. The knees walk out. We want to make sure ankles are in line with our knees. And we can stay upright here, or you can lower down. But to be in that sweet spot, we call it the Goldilocks spot. And it is a place of equanimity, not too much, not too little. We're pressing our tailbone back. So listen to the language of your body, letting you know when you come into that place between ah and ouch. That's equanimity. Finding our soft edge and breathing into it. No need to overdo. You can come all the way down, if it feels good in your body, into a sleeping frog. Letting the chest, one side of your face rest on the mat. And then bringing hands right under shoulders. We're going to press up. We probably will shift forward a little bit and walk our knees in. It's a really big stretch. We'll drop a hip to the mat and swing our feet around. Woo!
Dog pose, yeah. And let's slide our hands back behind us. And rock side to side. Keep opening your hands like a kneading kitten. Open, open, press, press. And we'll walk our feet in, and the feet are hip distance apart. If this posture feels at all challenging, know you can come down and up and kind of flow with it instead of holding. In fact, we'll all flow to begin. So we inhale, pressing into hands and feet, coming up into table. As we exhale, we slowly lower down. As we inhale, we're pressing evenly through hands and feet. And as we exhale, we lower down. And so we can continue to flow this, or the next time we come to the top of an inhale, pause at the top, gazing towards the sky, or if that feels like too much work for your neck, draw the chin to the chest, shortening the lever. But we're pressing, pressing, feeling the lift of table, the openness that this posture brings to our body. As we exhale, hips lower down. And from here, let's take our hands inside our legs, hold the ankles. We're gonna take our feet out, heel toe out just a little bit. You might rock on your sit bones to really ground your base. And then we'll inhale, lift the head and heart. As we exhale, we're rounding our back. You might choose to turn your palms down, placing them on the mat for turtle pose. So I like to press my hands into the mat and my forearms into my calves, opening my upper back. He who approaches life with equanimity knows that there's going to be ups and downs. Bring a stretch into your back for one more breath. Turtle pose. And then head and heart lift. We're gonna walk our feet in, float them off the mat. So we can turn our palms up, kind of walk them under, keeping a connection of our big toes into what we call flower pose. So hands are underneath if you want support, or you could be in a boat type pose too. Yeah, connect to core, our power center, where we gain self-mastery. Let this flow out into any kind of boat. We're going to keep our boat afloat, remembering to breathe. Let's try 2 more breaths, taking support if we need to. Releasing feet to the mat. Let's send them out. Hands to heart. We're going to do one more thing and then we'll come onto our backs for Shavasana. Just to help us navigate through any challenging waters. We're going to point our prayer hands forward and dive in. Practice your swimming. Practice swimming through the waters of life, which are sometimes calm and sometimes very turbulent. Maintaining equanimity to maintain our inner peace. If you'd like to extend forward and hold a few breaths, pressing into our seat, stretching the crown of the head forward. Coming into our breath. Mental calmness, composure, and evenness is our aim. Walking up and using our knees to support us as we come onto our back. And just to help strengthen our immune system, we'll send our feet to the sky. If you'd like to rock your hips, to tuck your hands underneath, we get a little more lift, a little more inversion with the support of our hands. And we know that these inversions are helpful in so many ways, but probably the most important way right now is strengthening our immune system. So helping all the lymph move towards the main drain in our chest. Remember, the lymph system doesn't have a pump. So anything that we can do to help move lymph. We might dry brush, maybe light massage. There is lymphatic draining massage. But so many ways that we can help our bodies instead of getting in the way. About another minute. A great posture to do at home every night. And to feel more balanced when we're off the mat, to sense and cultivate more equanimity, we have to practice catching ourselves when we feel that we're clinging to an idea or a thought, an object, a belief. We also have to notice when we're pushing away, when there is resistance. Let every experience in life be a great teacher, including the challenge that we're facing now. Feet can come back to the mat. If your body is asking for any other movement, pose, or stretch, take that now. And we also have a drop of Melaleuca coming around to help us in our resistance, using the strength of plants and trees. They too need to fight bacteria and virus and invaders. So we can use the concentrated form of their components. You might just breathe it. You might put the Melaleuca on your throat or over the heart. And as you rest here for a few more moments, remove all obstacles to your own inner peace. Notice each day the things that disturb your peace and find out why. Right now, we'll just let go and tap into that peaceful paradise that is always within
each and every one of us. Allow everything to go soft, completely. Zero resistance. Parts of the body that feel ready to move. Start with gentle, slow movements. Till we find ourselves bringing feet to the mat and tipping to one side into a fetal position. cleansing breath before we press our top hand into the earth and stretch our top leg out long. Coming to a tall, relaxed posture. So we're awake, but relaxed, vibrantly alive, and at peace. Take a deep breath together, circle sweeping the arms. As we inhale up and exhale, feeling the head bow to the heart. And may we meet all situations in our life with a calmness and steadiness of mind. I wish you